This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Alright, so I do think we take Squee. He's good, not that hard to bring back. Yeah, this is not a very good pack otherwise, frankly. So it's Squee pretty easily. I mean, if you want to, like, force the wall deck, Shield Wall Sentinel would be like a crazy first pick, I think. Because you need the Chaplain or the deck doesn't work, more or less. Yeah, I think we take Squee. You know, the Codex is a good payoff, but it's so build-aroundy. Like, you'll play Squee in every deck in the format, every red deck. You know, whether you're an aggro deck, a control deck, a domain deck, doesn't matter. You're going to play Squee and he's going to be good. So that's a nice thing about him. Okay, so Phoenix Chick is pretty good. Don't think I want to take it here when I also have a Tail Swipe and a Tolarian Terror. You know, the Terror does need you to end up in the right deck for it to be good. I mean, blue-black, blue-white, and blue-red are all good with it, is the good news. So that's a lot of different decks. Tail Swipe is good in pretty much any green deck. Great removal. It's close. I mean, we could even consider Aeron. He's pretty strong. But I think he's kind of similar to these two cards, and they're not gold cards. I think we take Tail Swipe in the end. There's another Phoenix Chick. We've got an Extinguish the Light, which is pretty good. We've got an Outrider, which has been a big overperformer overall. And Vine Shaper Prodigy, which if we can splash blue for, is quite good. Berserker's nice, too. This is a much better pack than the one we opened, for example. You know, I've been impressed enough with the Outrider that I think it may be what we pick up here. These two cards are both pretty good, but you do need to be pretty aggressive to, you know, to be a Phoenix Chick deck. So I think we take the Outrider. It's been a very nice overperformer. So if we are going to end up in a domain deck, like the Sojourner's pretty nice. I do think, given that we have an Outrider now, and that green-red typically is a domain deck, I'd probably grab Molten Tributary. I do like the Warbrute an okay amount, and the Sojourner too, but we need to do some work for the Sojourner to be worth it, so I think we take a land. Wow, so like a 3 Phoenix Chick deck would actually be pretty insane, because the more of them you have, the better you are at making things happen. The question is whether those other ones wheel. It's not super likely they do. I do also like Love Song of Night and Day. I think people are underrating this card based on chat and stuff where people tell me this card's horrible. Really is not. Chapter 2 and 3 is plenty of value, and Chapter 1 is sometimes good too. Do I want to go with a Phoenix Chick or Miria's Outrider here? I'm leaning Phoenix Chick now, because I'm curious if those other ones are going to wheel. And obviously they go well with Squee, too, so I don't know. Okay, so we really haven't chosen a second color yet or anything. I think I probably take the Lookout. It's the best card in this pack, I think. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to go. Twinferno has been decent. Probably take a Steel Crusher. I mean, if we're going to end up red-green, you know, Zorojanin does get interesting. But we've taken a bunch of red cards, and the Steel Crusher is plenty good, I think. So I'm just going to take it. There's another Love Song of Night and Day. So we could speculate on a Sentinel here and see what happens. Because this pack doesn't have a lot for us that's great. I guess I take the Elfame Worm in the end. We do have one Tail Swipe, so red-green is still a realistic outcome. Well, white's pretty open when you're getting all this stuff. Goblin Picker and Mana Worker are both fine, but Captain's Call is definitely the best card in this pack. I think we take the Picker in the end, but... Okay, so Monstrosity's looking pretty good for us. Okay, we do get a second Phoenix Chick. Will we get 3? Will we get 3 Phoenix Chicks? This is also just pack 1, so... Definitely we're red. Like, red's pretty open. Okay, here I think we take Captain's Call, just in case we end up in white. Same. This is where we could speculate on a white card, because on a white defender, just in case we get, you know, the chaplain. But yeah. So it looks like only one of the chicks wheeled, but that's okay. White does seem the most open, so we'll see what happens. All right, well, we haven't really figured out what our next color, what our second color is, I don't think. And Solkanar is excellent. So we take it. We know we're red. It does mean maybe we don't end up in green. But that's fine. Solkanar is really good. Rona's Vortex is nice. Tribute to Urborg, Talus Lookout. These things are fine too. But Solkanar is definitely the best card in that pack. Oh my god. So we get to go Solkanar, Shivan Devastator here. Works for me. I don't know what somebody opened that they didn't take this. Because you can even splash the thing. So I'm not sure what happened there, but we are happy to take it. Okay. Well. Don't think we're playing green, but beyond that, I don't know where we're going to head. Fires of Victory is excellent. Well, maybe excellent is an exaggeration. It's a good removal spell. Yeah, so we'll take it here. We're going to stick to red as much as we can. Okay, this does tempt me. Garna's pretty good. And we do have creatures that are small that can come back from the graveyard. So I think I go Garna here. And maybe we go black-red and you know, splash blue. Yeah. You know, Mossbeard Ancient is pretty sweet. But, yeah, we're not going green. Solkanar is enough of a reason for us to stick in these three colors. We're still not sure. Like, we could still be blue-red. We could be red-black. Either way, yeah. Red is definitely happening. Beyond that, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why you don't take Shivan Devastator, Pack 2, pick 1. I don't think there's any reason you don't, actually. Thank you for the follow, Patrick Poker. Also Mount Vernon, Reach W. Okay, well, Lightning Strike it is. Stay with red. Tatyova's nice, but, you know what we're doing, and Lightning Strike goes best with what we're doing. Okay, there's a land that helps us play green. Don't love it. There is a Tolarian Terror. That maybe pushes me a little more in the direction of blue, and it's not like we only have 2 instants right now. But I think the Terror is probably where we go nonetheless. Okay. So we could take, you know, some red cards and stay mostly mono-red. Or we could take Timely Interference, which is pretty good. Like, if we're going the Tolarian Terror route, it's a nice card to have. The Monstrosity, Fire Nado, and Kavu are all very playable, though, as well. I do think it seems like we're leaning into spells a little now. So I think I'm going to take the Interference. We'll see what happens, but... we do need more lands to be really happy. We need to take them pretty aggressively, probably, to play Solkanar and stuff. And even the Mana Workers are on the table, I think, but there's also a Flowstone Infusion here, so I think we just take it. I mean, it's a great spell. Seems like we're going in a spell direction now, so hard to say no to it. Are we into the Impede Momentum strategy yet? I mean, it's not terrible for what we're doing. It's also not great, but that's kind of true of the Warbrute too. So I think we'll take the Impede. Okay, so Geothermal Bog helps our mana. This pack also has an Interference and a Fire Nado. I think making our mana better because of Solkanar is important enough that I take the Bog now over those things. It hurts my soul a little bit, but we could take the Relic, but it's not very good overall. I mean, yeah, it fixes our mana, but we have gotten up to 5 instants and sorceries now, which is good. We'll grab this Bone Splinters. It's not out of the question that we end up in black. I mean, it kind of is, but... okay, well, right? It doesn't help exactly what we want to do, but it does the thing. This is interesting. So we have drag to the bottom. We could consider flipping into a red-black deck that is, you know, sweeping the board, winning with, like, big creatures. Maybe Splash the Terror. Like, that's definitely on the table. Drag to the bottom is strong enough that that's definitely on the table. The chicks are kind of funny with drag to the bottom because they can come back. So the other, what we would take if we don't take drag to the bottom is pretty good. It's Tolarian Terror, but it's not like our blue is so good that it's better than drag to the bottom. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we take drag there. And I think we shift our strategy a little bit. I mean, this may still end up staying in the deck, but I don't think the Lookout, the Momentum, or the Interference does. So we'll see. There is Lagomos here, which is pretty good. We are interested in grabbing lands because of drag to the bottom. So more lands is good. We also just have Lagomos, which is pretty good. I didn't really change colors that much, you guys. We were mostly a red deck, so it's not like I drastically changed things. I think we take Lagomos here. Okay. Anything blue here that makes me regret my decision? No. I think we take another Fires of Victory. We would like some lands, that's for sure. I'm gonna grab another Miria's Outrider here. And when I say lands, I mean lands that actually have, you know, the land types we're looking for. Crystal Grotto does help, and so does Sulphurous Springs. I guess we take the Springs. It's good for our mana. It doesn't have any of the land types we want, but... Same thing with Karpluzan Forest. Okay, so here is a Wingmantle Chaplain. We're a little too late to the game, though, to try to make that work. I wonder if I take Salvaged Mana Worker to make Solkanar a little better. The Forest doesn't do much for us. The Warbrute's okay. I think we do take a Mana Worker here. Alright, take a Steel Crusher. Take a... How many instants and sorceries do we have now? Not enough for more than one Tolarian Terror. So we'll take a Kavu here. Man, we could have got, you know, Shield Wall Sentinel and whatnot. I mean, could have gone for the Defender. Okay, so Sacred Peaks actually is good for our deck because we do have these domain cards. So, yeah. So we kind of turned into a domain deck. I mean, we're still kind of aggressive, but we have some powerful domain stuff going on. Would I rather have a Battlefly Swarm or Braids' Frightful Return? Probably Braids' Frightful Return. I think this is definitely, like, the better deck for us overall. I wish I had more in the way of blue mana fixing than I have. So we probably only play Solkanar with the fixing that we have and not the Terror. But that's okay. I think deck turned out pretty good. We have some powerful stuff going on. The mana's not perfect, but it's solid. And I think the deck is pretty good. We have, you know, kind of a nice combo with our drag to the bottom. For one thing, Garna, you know, will damage them for every one of our creatures that dies. For another, Squee can come back, and both Phoenix Chicks can come back. So I think the deck looks pretty good overall. I do not think we run 3 islands, though. Although, this Fires of Victory. Man, I wish I just had, like, all Molten Tributaries, almost. Like, our mana is not ideal. Oh, hey, we do play this Bone Splinters now, though. Don't think we play the Frenzy. Alright, so we gotta cut some stuff. I don't think we want Enthrall to the Pit. Yep, we can sack away Solkanar. We do want the Mana Worker. I didn't pick up a Grotto, did I? That's sad. This is a deck where, like, another Mana Worker or a Grotto would have made it better. Because Fires of Victory, I think maybe we're going to go down to 1 copy. Because if we can't kick it consistently, it is a pretty bad late-game draw. And we can't kick it consistently. So I think we go down to 1 Fires of Victory, and that's our deck. More blue mana would have made it better, but we do have pretty good mana overall. We're not running this many islands. I think we only run 1 because it gives us Mana Worker, Solkanar, and the island as blue sword, plus Molten Tributary, yeah. I don't think we cut the Branch Rider, even though it's not great. I guess we could see what else we have going on, but I don't think we cut it. 6, 7, I guess we don't need... We have so many red sources, so we'll go up a swamp. I guess with this many red sources, we could consider 2 islands. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 red sources, and 6, 7, 8 black sources. I could go down a mountain and put another island in to make Solkanar and Fires of Victory a little better. I just don't know what I put back in for the Viashino. Like, I think it's, you know, we don't want this at the rate we're currently kicking it. We don't want Warhost's Frenzy, really. Yeah, it has a high ceiling, but it's not very good overall. And we don't want Enthrall to the Pit either. So, I think we are looking at playing the Viashino, as unexciting as that is. It's not a complete disaster to play anyway, so... 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah. I'd probably just stick with 1 island for Solkanar. Yeah, seems fine. Okay, pretty good hand. Well, it's probably an exaggeration, but it's a fine hand. Yeah, this deck looks good. It looks a heck of a lot better than our first deck of the day. Let's play a 0-0 Shivan Devastator. But yeah, I mean, we've got some power for sure in this thing. Okay. Well, there's an island. Don't really think you want a Devastator at this point. The answer is Bolt in this format. The Rager's nice, but, I mean, Lightning Strike is better. Coral Colony. Okay, I could play a 3-3 Devastator and get the clock started. Could also just play the War Brute. Which will attack pretty well here. I could also play Phoenix Chick. I think we want to play something more impactful, though. They're in green-blue, so I almost feel like getting the clock started with the Devastator is our best bet here. Yeah, I think we do it. I mean, a 3-3 is not that exciting, but it's not going to be that easy for them to answer. Short of Reach. I mean, Reach will do it to some extent. Yeah, we're going to start with get our dragon in here. So the Outrider does 3 right now when we play it. What is our opponent thinking? I think I'd probably play Phoenix Chicken Warbrute this turn. Let's get the clock a little... It's accelerated a little bit. Then play Warbrute. Essence Scatter is a possibility. Or they'll just mill us. A second Outrider would have been pretty great, as low as we're getting their life. Alright, so they have white now. Dealing with our Devastator is certainly on the table now. There's the Chaplain. Wonder whether I want to Lightning Strike the thing. Probably. Before they do the shenanigans one can do. So let's go to combat. So if they're playing as like block and use Gaia's Might, I can punish that at least with Lightning Strike. And you're going to enlist. Yeah, they must be planning on a trick here. That's the only thing that makes any sense. Unless they're afraid of trample, I guess. So they're... Interesting. So... If they play one defender and make one flyer, I'm not exactly alarmed. So I think I'm going to play our Outrider here. Yeah, hit them for 3. I don't know why they blocked that way. Now we know why. Okay, if they play defender now... They do play a reach creature. I guess Lightning Strike the reach creature, swing out is our best bet here. Yeah. I was thinking about attacking and holding up Lightning Strike, but that seems unwise. They have to block the Outrider. Uh-oh. Wonder if Lightning Strike Wing Mantle Chaplain and just attack with Outrider was better, because yeah, now they're gonna make 2 bodies. We can kick it. Interesting. Doesn't do us a whole lot of good, but drawing the card, I mean, is pretty good. I could hold on to it for a turn. I mean, we could kill a token. Draw the card. We could also use it to bust up a block. Yeah, because they do need all 4... They will need all 4 toughness if they're going to actually block and kill the Outrider. Yeah, I think we just swing out. Yeah, so we get to blow up this block, and we'll kill a coral colony. Yeah. Hey, there's Solkanar. That'll help. In fact, isn't that just lethal? Nope, only creatures or planeswalkers can be hit by his trigger. Oh, he does drain too, though. That seems pretty good. I wonder if I should have killed the flyer instead of the 1/4. I probably should have. Oh, shh. It just keeps happening. Second Phoenix chick, huh? Okay. Well, we could bolt something ahead of an attack here, but I think if in the event they let one Phoenix chick through, we can do lethal with Solkanar, so doesn't look like they're gonna let that happen, though. So let's play Solkanar. I think we kill the Chaplain, finally. Because we're tired of these bodies being thrown at us. Killing the flyer is tempting because I can get a Phoenix chick back next turn. I can actually get both back, though, because of the mana worker. Okay, yeah. So, let's play Solkanar. In the turn. Why would I kill the Bulwark? It's not that much of a problem. Yeah. Solkanar got us there in the end. That Wing Mantle almost managed to help them stabilize. It took a bomb, more or less, to undo that. Which, that's how good that card is. Yeah, it was the Phoenixes, too, that really helped. All right, this seems fine. It is funny that Fire's a Victory. You know, I was worried about running it, but it played like a huge role in that game. We have 2, and we're only playing 1 because our mana's not good enough to support 2, I don't think. But having it in your opening hand is nice. And then in that game, it let us really blow apart a multi-block that they were going to use to kill our 4/4. God, I may end up... No, it's better to attack for 2 than to rummage. Yeah, that's fine with me. Like seeing that used on that and not on something else. Of course, we don't have any other threats that we can play in the near future. This will make our Outrider a little bit better, so that's nice. Okay, so our opponent is clearly holding up counter magic. How much can I afford to play around it? I can to some extent because I have my own removal to answer whatever they finally tap out and play. But we also... you know, they're going to play it at some point. So, I think we just see if they counter this Outrider. And they do. We could try to play around it, but it's very hard to do in Limited. Alright, so we're gonna try to kill Soaring Drake here. They have a Shore Up, okay. Then we'll play a Steel Crusher. The opponent does not like for us to do things. That much is clear. Okay. Well, I'm not loving how this game is looking for us. We do have answers. We have our sweeper, of course. So they're gonna bounce something here. Where are we at for the sweeper? So it'll only do -4/-4 right now. So I'd also have to use Flowstone Infusion to kill Tolarian Terror should we draw our sweeper. We take 7 here. I'm considering using the infusion, but if I do draw the sweeper... Oh, because of ward, I wouldn't be able to do both anyway, but I think we still hold on to it. I could use it on the amplifier, but... Okay. This thing can't block if you're wondering why we're sending it in all crazy-like. That's why. I'm lazy, so instead of just counting my lands, I'm like, what does this say? Hello, RM Pimenta. Glad you had a draft go well. So... do I block Tolarian Terror here? I'm leaning towards no. If we're gonna have a chance in this thing. So we can play Solkanar, but it's gonna be hard to win this game before Solkanar kills us. Or, you know, messes things up. Of course, we can use it to trade for the Terror. Okay. We're in kind of okay shape, I guess. Solkanar helps. So we attack. Again, doesn't block, so there you go. I think we play Solkanar and kill Soaring Drake. Yeah. Yep. We can't block it at all, and at least we can block Flowstone Kavu. And if they buff the Kavu once, we can kill it with the Infusion, so... It is kind of a non-bow that Flowstone Infusion can kill Flowstone Kavu, but, you know. We definitely trade Solkanar for Terror. I mean, we have to do it if we're going to have a chance here. We can't just, like... Okay. I think we can avoid taking lethal here still. Let's find out. We are at 1 against a deck that has red in it, so avoiding taking lethal may only delay the inevitable. Oh, they don't have to buff their Kavu anymore, though. Damn. Yep, we're dead. I was thinking they had to buff the Kavu to kill us, but they don't. Oh, I could have killed this and block. Nope. Can't double block. Here, we'll help the Kavu out. Yeah. Just couldn't find answers in that one for that terror. I decided to kill the flyer instead of the menace creature because I think the flyer is completely unblockable the way our board looked. And also never going to be killable by Flowstone Infusion. So letting the menace creature stick around made more sense. Especially because they would have had to buff it to kill us, so. I don't think I'll do a sealed event next, but maybe. I don't know. I could. Not event, but sealed. Whatever they call it. I have practiced it a bunch off stream, so. There will be one next weekend because I'm playing in the qualifier. Okay, kind of a weird hand. I do think we keep it. You know, we don't have any swamps right now, but it's not like we don't have a game plan otherwise. Oh, there's our Devastator. That'll help. We don't play it here. I hope they don't play anything so I can just send Squee in. Or if they play a 2-2, that's always nice. Nice. So we do get to just send in Squee here. We do have one of our black mana now. Does not add to our domain, though. The way our hand looks, we may just kill our opponent and never want to cast drag to the bottom anyway, so. That's how it feels. Do I go for it with the Devastator here? I do have double black, so there's that. I think we do go for it with the Devastator. It puts them in a tough spot. They'll have to kill it, which will probably take their whole turn, and then, yeah, getting it to 4 puts it out of range of Lightning Strike, which is nice. But I don't have any other play this turn, really. I could kill the Rager, but that's not very exciting. I think it's better to just play out the Devastator here. They probably have their own drag to the bottom. It is possible. It is pretty gross. I feel bad for the opponent when, like, we play turn 3 rare with haste, turn 4 mythic rare with haste. But we've all been there. I feel like that's what's happening right now, is them frustrated that this is what they have to see, but yeah, probably the right play. So, like, even if they Lightning Strike Devastator here, I crack in with these tokens and have removal. I can draw and damage something with fires this turn. And that is exactly what we're gonna do. Yeah. 'Cause, yes. So, yeah. We kick this. Draw a card. Do 4. Attack them for 5. This does -4/-4 right now. Not that we're interested in casting it at all. I have a lot of tips, Drowsy Boy. I have a whole series called Nitsa Notes on my YouTube channel where I basically give tips for limited. Okay, so they're just dead. Yeah. We could Lightning Strike it out of the way, but we can also just kill them with Lightning Strike. I guess I could have played Phoenix Chick, but it was unnecessary, so. This deck is nuts. You know, the number of powerful rares and mythics. Like, if we can get them rolling, they're gonna be pretty good. Okay. Interesting. Didn't get any of our black, but it's still a pretty good hand overall. Yeah. We're likely to draw it. I mean, we've gotten our blue very easily so far. I guess there was the game with Sulkanar stuck in our hand for a while. But I think you can expect it usually to take a little while. Okay, another wall deck. Do I just kill the Bulwark? I don't think so yet. I mean, I think I'd rather just add to the board. And, yeah. I may just swing in for 3 here, but it's okay with us. Oof. The lack of black is starting to hurt me. I could plan on looting, I guess. Or rummaging. With our current mana situation, I actually think that's optimal. I probably discard Monstrosity because it just doesn't feel like we're going to get there. And I could get it back later with Frightful Return. I guess I could just discard Frightful Return. Oh yeah, so now we're definitely going to Lightning Strike. They're having mana problems of their own, it would seem. Okay, not as bad as it looked for a second there. I guess if I get Outrider down, like, Monstrosity is pretty approachable, and this does feel a little awkward here. But, yeah, so I think we discard Frightful Return, actually. Okay, we did draw something we can play, and we can actually kick that, so I'll take it. I could discard Phoenix Chick, but I think I'm okay with just getting the clock going now. So, if we wait till our draw step, we can do 4 with this, we can do 3 with it on their turn. Okay. Yeah. Gaia's Might gets you to 5, potentially, but that's okay. We can trade for Gaia's Might. They don't have it anyway. Oof. Am I back on wanting to loot? I kind of am. I'm rummaging, like... I think we are, probably. No, we're not. Just rumble. Not loving our mana, though. Obviously. There we go. So I guess we play Garna up front in case they decide to kill one of these things. Yeah. Yeah, the opponent having their own issues has helped for sure. They were missing black that whole time, just like we were, actually. This will do 3 right now. I think Garna might be about to die. She is. But they did have to set themselves back on board to do it. I could play Branch Rider here and crack in for 6. With the Outrider in play, that's kind of appealing. Yeah, I think that's what we do. I mean, the Outrider drops them to 2 on its own, so... one of the rares in the set that does a thing that isn't really in the set. Okay. So... we attack, and then, yeah, I think we just drop Outrider, drop him to 1. Hard to imagine they can stabilize. That can gain them life, but they don't have black mana, actually. Well, didn't need any rares in that one. Opponent had worse mana problems than we did, because at least we could add to the board and stuff. How long have I been playing Magic? A long time. About 20 years, which is crazy to say. There were like 3 years in there where I didn't play Magic, but pretty much 20 years. All right, pretty good hand. I think we let that stick around for now. It's not like we're doing anything else with our mana. Guess longer than 20 years, actually. It was like 1999, so... yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and kill this thing before it gets larger. Lagomos or Flowstone? I think Lagomos. Nobody goes 7-2 all the time. That'd be cool. Oh, look, another one. Okay. Is this a drag to the bottom game? Maybe. We can do -5/-5 to the whole board, so... I think we do attack here. If they block, I think we use Infusion to kill this. In which case, we're not going to lean on drag to the bottom as much, obviously, but I think that's okay. Well, that's annoying. Okay. It's too bad the thing has to attack the way it has to attack, because it's pretty awkward now. Like, I wish I could Bone Splinters using the token, but one cannot. Okay, or maybe they can. Our opponent's afraid now of the trick from last time. Nice. So yeah, I mean, I think drag to the bottom is going to be more of a plan B in this game. Oh yeah, you're right, it doesn't have to attack. I always forget that, because in my brain it's like, well, it's a free attack, why wouldn't I attack? But you're right, I can always use Bone Splinters with it. You are not wrong. So that drops him to 8. Tricks are a real thing here, obviously. But... I think we just take this. It would take a lot, like 2 tricks for this to really be a problem. And they might have it, but... Okay, there's one of them. Do they have the double strike one too? Oh no! Oh, that hurts so hard. Okay, guess I should have blocked. That is painful when your opponent has double, and you have a sweeper in your hand. Like that is painful. That is a rough loss. I didn't really see double colossal happening. I probably should have. I was picturing like double strike +7. And I said that. They need to have 2 tricks to kill us, and they did. I think the chances of them having it were pretty low, but they had it. Maybe I should have just thrown a 1-3 in front of it, but... I think to win that game, we... Well, that happening in Capenna with a single trick is a lot different than it happening like that. Because that trick, you have to account for that trick all the time in New Capenna. But if we played a different route there where we just wiped the board, I think that was probably the better route to take, I think. But hindsight and all that. Alright, so we're going to play an untapped land first so we can... This deck going 3 and 3 would be a pretty big underachievement, I think. Okay, we need our blue as soon as we can. Let's play Steel Crusher here and pass. Hey, we got our blue just like I wanted. Okay, so let's go to combat. Gonna enlist. If they like block and try to use a trick, we've got Fires of Victory for them, so I don't imagine they will. I think they're just taking 3 here. They could have Lightning Strike. That's fine. Opponent is on 4 mana. We've got white. I mean 4 for spells / cards with kicker, I guess. Looks like they're killing... No, they're just bouncing the Steel Crusher. That's fine. Aggro decks are fine in this format. This is not... I mean, it can be aggressive, of course, but this deck isn't what I would call an aggro deck in this format either. Okay. Alright, so now I think we play Garna instead of Steel Crusher. Guess we're gonna attack first. Oh, I guess I should have played Garna first, because if they kill this while it's attacking, I'm gonna be sad. They don't, though. Luckily, I didn't get punished. So next turn we can play Solkanar. It is kind of early in the game and at a point where maybe he can't win us the game before he dies, and we don't have a way to sack him. I think we probably still play him. We'll have to see. They could have killed it. We'll have to see. We do have time, and I mean, obviously the 3 triggers we do get are enough that it creates problems for the opponent. Yeah, that's not exactly what I was hoping for here. Don't really have a good attack. Solkanar bolting this isn't even that good. I mean, it's pretty good. I think that's what we're gonna do. I could Fires of Victory and play Steel Crusher instead. That's not bad, I guess. Does let them draw and everything, but that way... that does seem pretty good. And Fires of Victory is about to lose its potency, so yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Try to do it. We may have an answer. They do. Well, that's really bad news. It does mean they're down more on cards. Do I just attack with Garna now? I'm trying to decide. Do I attack with Garna? It's not like Garna can attack that well on the next board, like what it's going to look like in a second. But at the same time, I do feel like I need to have some bodies out here. So I don't think we attack. Drawing our sweeper would be interesting. Okay. Well, that happened. Now what? Okay. So, sort of leaning towards draw a card here. Oh my god, do you have Essence Scatter with your Tide Turner? I think they do. Man, the opponent had the answers. Okay, looks like it resolves. It's unlikely they can kill it for 2 mana. Kind of mana they have, anyway. Do I want to draw a card? Or do I want to kill the Lookout? I think we just draw a card. Right, they just have Impulse. I'm kind of digging for our sweeper at this point. Is Solkanar dead? I think we keep Solkanar around for another turn if they attack us. Yeah. Are we going to Dido Trick again? Maybe. We are not doing the thing that I want to do. Which is win, basically. Okay. I'm gonna send Solkanar in. We have not had the best of luck with this deck, I don't think. It happens. Is Solkanar dead? Shore Up would be real bad, and it looks like they have another one. Yeah, brutal. The opponent having these, like, interactive situational cards and having them at the perfect time never feels good. So we lose now. Yeah, our bad deck earlier overperformed. It went 2 and 3. This deck only managed to win one more game than that one. We're gonna go to 1. Despite being, like, miles better. Yeah. Alright. 3 and 3 it is. Not the record I was expecting with that deck, but... I mean, there were some decisions I made that obviously in hindsight could have gone better. Like the last game we lost, before that one I could have swept. And maybe just don't attack with Solkanar there too, just because I really need those triggers to have any chance. Like, I do think, yeah, there were some decisions that weren't great. I don't think there were any outright punts, but there were definitely decisions that were not great that we made. And we had a really lucky draft, you know, like, no doubt about that. The cards we got were insane. But if you have a really lucky draft, it doesn't matter if your luck's not that good for the rest.